Hey guys, today we're on patch 7 of Space Marine 2 to talk about whether or not the Prestige grind is worth it. Now, I have Prestiged every single class to Prestige 4, maxed them out to level 25, and this took me quite a bit. I did a lot of it on stream, so it was actually kind of fun to play with viewers and stuff. But like, for your normal players just playing around with their friends, it can still be a fun experience. I thought it was going to be worse, though I will say like the last half or like the beginning half for some of the classes in the latter half of some of the other ones was some of the most like brain draining gameplay I've ever had, because really it just felt like busy work where I was going through to like maximize XP, and I guess you really don't have to play it that way, but for me I was just quick matching a lot. I was just going in for like the maximum amount I could possibly get, and it just felt like a slog. Like, to be honest, it really did feel like a slog. I'm glad I did it because these perks are really, really good. Like, let's be clear, if you're playing a class and you are max prestige, your class can be substantially more powerful than someone who is not prestige at all, who is still level 25. And I don't know if that's really a good thing for a game, because usually prestige is supposed to be for like cosmetics and stuff, but like in this case they have it so the prestige perks are like almost mandatory on some classes. Like Sniper, he pretty much needs versatile precision to be at like full functionality, with like some of his guns don't even properly function at all without this. Like Bolt Sniper is kind of trash tier without versatile precision, pretty much giving it infinite ammo. And on another note, excuse me, the heavy class pretty much needs auxiliary reload to have like perfect ammo efficiency. So it's stuff like that that is kind of a silly design decision to me, that like they decide to do this with the classes and like pretty much make it mandatory to prestige them to properly have like gameplay functionality with them. And this can take a while, and it's not really fun to level up your class again, because the issue I had, and I talked about a little bit about this previously, is that when you're leveling up, some classes are totally fine to level up because they aren't super perk dependent, but other classes like the Assault, they are really perk dependent to get some breakpoints, so it's just not super fun to play them when you're like level 1 and you have no breakpoints on some of your weapons. That was not a super fun experience to me. And other things like Commitment, this is a level 25 perk. You simply cannot use your jump pack build, like Wings of Flame jump pack build, until you're max prestige 4 if you're just prestiging the whole way. And I feel that's a little bit of an oversight. And speaking of other oversights, or I should say improper designs, the thing here would be resetting your perks should not cost 750 points. Like, this is stupid, especially when we look at Tactical. And Tactical's perks, some of these things like Acuity, this doesn't even really work at all for your Plasma Incinerator. And if you're taking a Plasma build, and Plasma builds are really popular right now, I mean, they even made a Plasma DLC for this game for like the first time ever, for like it's the Imperial Fist skin. So people are going to be playing Plasma. Plasma has always been popular. It's one of the most powerful weapons in lore for humanity, and the fact that one of these perks, like the best perk, Acuity, doesn't work for Plasma means like, okay, I'm going to play a Plasma build. I'm going to go and respec my class, but oh wait, it's going to cost me like half of my requisition points, so like, like not literally half, but like almost. And you're also going to have a max cap of 2,000 at all times, which pretty much means you're just stuck here to like, if you want to swap this build, you can do it like 2 times per game to like have maximum efficiency, and that is stupid. And you're actually better off playing it offline, where like when you fix these points, it doesn't count to the main game, so you go back on the main server, it'll give you your points back. So you're playing like mods or something, that will happen, where like you can just play like some test builds, but you can't play with your friends at that point. That's really stupid. And like that's the biggest problem I have with Prestige. It's just that like these perks weren't very fun to operate in some of these classes. If like Tactical is fine, but perks like the Snipers, until you have some of the things like Purification, his gameplay just feels worse, especially things like without things like Squad Renewal. Like Tactical's gameplay, Sniper's gameplay felt pretty bumtastic without the Squad Renewal or his renewal perk to get his camo cloak back. So you're kind of just running around as like a little melee monkey, or like a bull carbine monkey or something, and that wasn't super fun. I think like my least favorite to level up out of all of these were Assault and Sniper, just because of how their perks are set up. That's about all I had to say on this for the most part. I'll say like, you should level up these classes. It's just that the Prestige 4 rank grind, it can be a little exhausting for some people, but hey, it was fun to get to play with a bunch of people that I usually wouldn't play with, or like, I like to play solo gameplay, then that's just me, but it was still a fun experience to go back through and play the game, even if my brain felt like it was dying a bit. But, that's about all, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like content like this, subscribe for more. I know it was a little bit of a tangent video, but I just felt like talking about the Prestige grind because this was the biggest thing in this whole update. Peace.